Welcome back to another YaheimL Nutalo production. Woo! Okay, listen. Um, I'm a witch. Damn. I feel like that's harder than coming out as trans low-key. But I'm just genuinely a witch. And I didn't know that until like recently. It's just crazy. So when I say I'm a witch, now I bet a lot of you have the notion like, oh, they're like talking like, fantasy type witchcraft or like magic where you just like wave a wand and some bullshit happens. No, 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 no. Magic is real, but not in like the sense that like I've always believed this. Magic is real, but not in the sense like phantasmal sense we see in fantasy, right? I think to an extent that is how it works, Because realistically, if we were to go back in time, right, and show people a fucking cell phone, that would be considered fucking magic. So, real magic exists, all right, in just different ways that that aren't as obvious as are in fantasy books and shit. But like things like witchcraft consists of like rituals, things like sigils that help protect you from like evil. A lot of it has to it's a lot of it's to do with spirituality and like a connection to like nature. From what I've read, right? Because I went down like an entire pipeline. So I had a sleepover with my friend Gabby, and she went to sleep early, and I was just up all night, and I was like on YouTube, and I saw YouTube, and I'm like, something to do with witches. It was like, are you a witch or some shit? I'm like, huh. I mean, I just clicked it because honestly, ever since I've been on HRT, I've been so much more open to try shit. I like just to look into shit I think would be like kind of cringe. Because even before transition, I did believe in magic, but I still even thought the idea of like witchcraft being stupid. Even though my entire like, look at the way I look. Like I should have known realistically, because being a witch, a lot of it, from how I see it, a lot of it is just imbuing things with like energy, imbuing things with meaning, intent, and energy. Like my whole look. The reason my whole look has like an effect on people, I feel, is because every little thing I put in my hair and everything like on here, it has like a meaning to it to me. Like the moon right here, I have it right here because I see myself as the sun, right? And it's like an eclipse. And I like I'm saying like my entire like this is even like half my look. I just put this headband on just because like I realized this is also like an object of love. Like I like to call them objects of love, where they're imbued with like energies from either different people or from yourself. Like for example, this is one of my hairpins. I got this from a coworker at work. Her name was Jennifer, and she was like very insecure about herself, but she was like really sweet and like loving, and she like gravitated towards each other. And she would give me gifts, and she was like really cool. But yeah, she got me this because she knows how much I love hair stuff. And like things like that. Like and also one time I found a fucking rock, right? You see this fucking little fella? I found this on the road, and it has like a thing on the back that says, "You found me. 719 Brox. Please post about us or rehide." This dude, this person just has like a rock. Like this is magical shit, okay? And of course I fucking took it. Of course I took it off the road. This is magical. The fuck? This is like a... But, anyways, what else? So like, besides rituals and spells, to energy work, like I said, divination, just an innate connection to energy, or to energy in nature. Yeah, it's like an innate connection to energy in nature. And I've always kind of had that growing up. My name Yaheim means goddess of earth, if y'all didn't know. I didn't know that until like a year ago, or I think it's only been like 8 months since I learned the real meaning of my name. But yeah, I mean there's like so many different types of witchcraft and like all these different ways to express yourself when it comes to witchcraft. I feel like there's like all these types. So let me like look for the types, right? So we have a cosmic witch that has to do with like astrology, zodiac signs, horoscope, celestial energy. With like I also like I have like Cancer. Like I believe a lot when it comes to like things of that nature, but I'm not fully like, the thing is I don't know exactly what I would fall into because I feel like I draw a lot from each of these categories in certain different aspects. But we have divination witch, tarot card readings. I don't know what the other fucking three are. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I don't know. But we got sea witch, oceans, lake, seas, lunar magic, weather magic. Now, I would classify myself as this when I lived in San Francisco, okay? But Yeah. So Green Witch, I feel like that's definitely Green Witch and Kitchen Witch are definitely the two I think I coincide with more a lot. But we got herbalism, botany, folk magic, essential oils, and I believe in a lot of that. So, like for example, whenever I take a shower, I reduce everything to like a ritual, right? Taking a shower is like a genuine spiritual experience that I feel like people need to treat it as such. You know, you need to have everything ready. You need to like cleansing yourself is like cleansing yourself of like everything that you've been doing, going through. It's like you're expelling I don't know. It's like taking a shit for your mind. I don't know how to explain it. I don't. It's I'm not. Sorry, I'm not explaining it well, but yeah, like to just treat it as such. And you know, like I have the philosophy: if you can't eat it, don't put it on your body for the most part. Like I only put on coconut oil or shea butter. Or like lotion, I only put on if I have to, and I don't have any like oils or anything left. But definitely just shea butter, oils. Every single time out the shower, completely cover yourself. This is why I have good skin. Not like I didn't even up the saturation on this camera that high. I upped it a little bit just because it's really cheap. I've had this since I was like 14, and I'm 23. But yeah, there's everything to a ritual, like cleaning your room, like anything cleaning related is very like it's a form of meditation as well, and that's also one thing. Meditation. I feel like one prerequisite of witchcraft is to have some form of meditation, and I do just genuinely just meditate because I've done martial arts for like most of my life, and one thing I've always stuck with me is like finding ways to meditate. So meditating doesn't just have to be like you sitting in a room just like but I did Hanga, which is the same form as Toph, earthbending in Avatar. Earthbending Avatar is based off of Hanga, Kung Fu. Every form of Avatar is based off of something. Like I think firebending is like Juju. I don't fucking know. But anyways, yeah. In that, my Sifu taught me that when it comes to meditation, it doesn't just like it's not just about being completely comfortable and like Zen and all that. That is also meditation, obviously, but meditating also comes from like when you're doing like strenuous task or something, like you're doing something very physically tasking. Like whenever we would meditate, we would be in horse stance, which would be a stance. It's a very strenuous stance. It's like a half squat basically, but it's really hard, especially for like someone who hasn't trained doing it, starting off for the first time. Like bodybuilders would come with like these big ass legs, and they wouldn't be able to compete with like any of us when they first came in. Like because even though they were like bigger, they just didn't have the body we don't have like show muscles. We have like real muscle just from doing that. But yeah, meditation comes from things like cleaning, things like that's why I also think of these things as like spiritual experiences that you need to treat as such, because it also comes out in the body, right? If you do treat these things as these experiences, like whenever I come out the shower, I feel any stress I had prior to that shower washes away. Like I wash that away and I scrub it as hard as I can. It's like we also have kitchen witch, cooking, home routines, homemade offerings, cleansings, and protection spells. That's like my main bubble, honestly. Like I like to make these big pots. Like I have like it's a cauldron. Oh my god! I have these big pots of like stews I make, and I eat them over time to like gain weight, and like they hit all my food groups that I need. Especially like I like to make Japanese curry, especially. I get just a bunch of like vegetables, these different herbs and shit. Besides like the ones that you basically need. I've been making it for a while, and I just make big batches of it, and I just eat it over time, and it like fulfills all my needs. It's like a I don't know. It's very very good. So it says like in cooking as well. Like I'm just very particular when it comes to cooking. I don't know. Home routines, like I said, with the showers and such. We got the cleansing. I also have like sigils, right? So I usually wear this in my. Is this another one that I dropped now? I usually wear this in my hair. This is the tree. This is the tree of life. I also have a dream catcher, and that's also one thing. My entire room is completely covered, like head to toe in tapestries. It's almost like a blanket holding you. But I also I did that for a reason as well, just because it's like looking at blank spaces, like being in a place filled with love, like will soothe you internally. Like whenever you have blank spaces on your wall and shit, I feel like it just irks my soul personally. But I got this from a person named Patrick. I worked it with him at Walmart. But that's the thing. There's magic everywhere. You get it from anyone. But he makes these himself, and like he told me the meaning of like the tree of life and shit. I knew it prior, but I didn't really like internalize it till he told me after, and I bought this room because I bought it. 'Cause, listen, if you're gonna get anything, if you're gonna like get any magical shit, I feel like from other people, and this is something that they like they sell, or like something that is you should pay them. You know, you pay them if you can, at least like pay them in some way. If you can't pay them money wise, pay them back in like, you know, maybe training. You know, these, or it won't have it, or it won't be as special. But yeah, I also have another one that is different. It's like a bunch of squares, but I wear these at different times. Like I wear this whenever I want to be more outward and giving to other people, and I wear the other one when I want to be more selfish, because this tree, the tree kind of represents everything, and like the abundant, like through this you can solve like any math problem, which is pretty cool. But I'm just kind of fucking yapping at this point. But yeah, I'm a witch. I'm gonna do a lot more research onto like how to like keep this pushing. You know, it's really funny too, because I've always been like obsessed with witch shit, and like my OC growing up was a witch. Like I don't know how I didn't realize I was doing all this shit. I was doing it all subconsciously. Like my favorite like I love, like, oh my god, I love any like witch related like shit, like Madoka Magica, or not Madoka Magica. Well, I did like Madoka Magica, but they're not. They are witches. Oh my bad. Yeah, they are. Well, anyways, Madoka Magica, Little Witch Academia, any fantasy game I'd play, like AQW or anything, I would always pick the mage class. My first name was Mage Master Boo in any like game ever. I've always loved magic so much. Damn. And like I've always had like, and like the thing is, my mom was also like, she also was like very close with the ancestors, and that also brought me very close to the ancestors as well, by proximity and just like learning from her. And she would also practice this type of shit, but she wouldn't really be outward about it. I feel like she knew that if I knew, that I would awaken a lot within me. But yeah, it's always been within my family as well. Like we'd always have like African mask everywhere. And like, cooking was also like a form of like, there's so much like generations worth of flavor. You can't match my recipe. Decorated like an army general, you can't match my pedigree. But yeah, I'm a witch. You got see this. Hopefully, this video might awaken you to being a witch, because being a witch isn't just tied to gender as well. Like, witch a lot of witchcraft, like not witchcraft, but like a lot of being a witch does tie in with like being in touch with femininity, but it also in the same light also with the divine masculine as well. Right? It's a whole ebb and flow. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm not a witch. Maybe I'm just a fucking loser. But yeah, but like witches in the modern way are not like fucking crazy people who like cast spells and shit. But fuck with us, we might actually do it. We might actually just cast a crazy spell on you. You know, I have cursed people before throughout my life, and I would do it a lot without like completely realizing, you know. Like the people don't understand the power of intentional action. When you do every single thing you do in a process is woven with intent, that's where actual magic happens. Because the thing is, a lot of people do things subconsciously, and they don't know what they're doing. Like, for example, I mean, I was doing a lot of this subconsciously, which I think is funny, but I think it also like jujutsu is a pretty good analogy to this, right? Because a lot of media also reflects like how, you know, art imitates life. You know, being connected to nature is also because we are nature. People are like humans and then animals. Like, no, just animals. We're all animals. You know, we all have like certain natures to us for reasons we don't exactly know all of yet. Some people do, maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, the jujutsu analogy, like, you know, cursed energy, everyone's kind of leaking out a little bit of it all the time without knowing, which is so true. You know, people are always like just unknowingly projecting their insecurities or a little negative, and there's only a certain amount of people who are able to like control that and use it for good. And then, but there are also some people who accidentally just have like, they just have cursed like, there's so many analogies with this in like different forms of media. But yeah, magic is real. If you don't believe it, you know, you're just not at the level yet. You're a burger, all right? You haven't reached the higher echelons yet. Not that I have. You know, I'm not gonna act like I'm high and mighty. I just came to realization of this shit. I don't think I would say I'm exactly new, because I've been doing it since I was a kid. This shit since I was a kid. At least this type of thinking I have has all been like, it's like it's been developed. You know, my love for learning and growing. I feel like it's also like I feel like it's also a trait of like a lot of witches have. You know, the innate need to like chase knowledge, and that also came out a lot in like the games I would play. Right, like I love fighting games because it was just like there's so many things to learn and apply. And it's exciting, you know. But that's also why I'm really drawn to like poetry and all that. I feel like words invoke and like certain vibrations. You know, the voices, they invoke a certain amount of they invoke feelings, which I think is magical in itself. You're casting spells, right? Like talking is just casting spells, and if you really think about it. But yeah, anyways, I think my goal is to really dig deeper into what a witch really is, and then learn how to build my grimoire, because now all I have to do is really document all this shit. Now I do like the thing is I do have journaling. That's the thing. Journaling is also very important in witchcraft. And what is this YouTube channel but a big ass journal? I have no filter here. I say whatever. Like this has all been a big journal, and I also have like other forms of like journaling I've been doing, like my poetry. I write poetry like every day basically, and I've had that for like it's just, and once all I have to do is just go, it's like retrace my steps and grab all this stuff I have, and like compile it into like a big, like a book, like a big book, a big grimoire, my own grimoire, and I can look back my own grimoire if I ever forget shit. It's gonna be great. It's like I'm gonna be a Black Clover character, except we're not gonna have a horrible ending that, you know, kind of destroys the entire sanctity of the series. We're gonna give Yuno like fucking 25 billion buffs, you know, for no reason. But yeah. Oh, this is also Object of Love. I forgot this was back here. Like I bought this. I asked a roommate. I saw this. I like saw this like for months in like my roommate's, or not my roommate's bathroom. It's our bathroom. I mean, there's a bunch of bathrooms. There's two. Well, that's not a bunch, I guess. But yeah, I kept seeing this, and I'm like, I don't know why I wanted it, but I did remember I wanted it. I wanted something that was like closely related to them, because I know this was theirs. I know what meaning it had to them, but I bought it from them. I'm like, can I buy this from you? And this is really weird because we didn't have any like real relationship or anything. Like we weren't like on bad terms, but we weren't like, we're just roommates. So they're like, oh yeah, sure. But yeah, I don't know. Some things have meaning that you don't know yet, and that's okay. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I was really scared to make this video because of the profound realization, but this is my, like, I shouldn't be scared. This is my, I own these streets. Alright, bye. Mwah.